Iddings, and I'm a Presidential Diamond with doTERRA. Today we actually are going to be covering two topics. The first topic is to tell your story, and this is a really important part of what we do. I think so often we just get caught up in the oils and we love the oils, but we forget that we want people to be able to relate to us and why we started using those oils. And I know that when I'm talking to people, I want them to be able to trust me. And we have to make sure that they understand that we've had a life-changing situation that's happened with them, right? They have meant something to us. We don't have to sell the oils sell themselves, but we do have to sell ourselves. And so we have to connect with people. So whether it be a one-on-one, whether it be in a class, whatever that looks like, you have to be really confident telling your story. So make sure that you practice this. Think about it. Remember how you felt before the oils. Remember how you felt when you started using the oils. What situation completely changed your life with them? I always make sure that I talk about before the oils, what my life looked like, the feelings that I had, what it was like when I got those oils into my hand, and then of course the aftermath of those. And I think if we can really connect with people to start with, they build a trust immediately to know that we're legit, right? They aren't just selling us a product, that they are using them and they feel empowered with them, and they're giving us an opportunity that we haven't been presented before. And so make sure that you get confident in that. So I'm going to share just for a quick moment about how I start my story in a class so you understand how to start that. At that moment, I tell them who I am and what these oils mean to me. I tell my personal story so that they begin right at that moment to see how connected I am with doTERRA, with these oils, how they have changed my life. I tell them this. When my son was born, he was born with a really rare skin condition. And what that meant was he has a lot of different allergies to different medications. When he gets sick, it affects him differently than it affects you or I. Most of the time when we wake up, we might feel a little tickle in our throat and feel a little scratchy or whatever. And by the end of the day, we may have some symptoms of an oncoming cold. But for him, it would attack his respiratory system. And there was nothing that we could do besides watch him progressively get worse through the day. And with having allergies to all these medications, we were completely helpless. And I remember so many nights that we would be up for anywhere from 24 to 72 hours straight. And I would hold him and he would be crying and coughing and I would be crying because what could I do? My job as a mom to protect him, I felt like I was completely failing at those moments. And when a friend brought us these oils, I was very hesitant, right? Because I thought, how could these really, truly support my little boy? How could they really help his immune system? I wasn't sure, but as a mom, I would do anything. I would try anything to make sure that I was doing the best for him. And as we applied these little drops to his feet and over his chest to support his respiratory system, we so quickly saw these results that made me feel immediately empowered. And now we have these little drops that are at our fingertips that we can use at any time that support his entire body. And so now I don't feel helpless. I feel empowered. He feels empowered because he knows too what he needs when his little body comes under attack. So when I start that story, I'm already connecting with people, and I have no idea how many people in that room may have had a similar story. Your story may be connecting with someone else. So get confident in telling them how you connect with it. You don't know whose life you're going to change. That's the beauty of what we do, is that anyone we come in contact with, we can change them just by sharing the simple things that we did to start with these amazing oils. The second part of our video is talking about why we do what we do. Now, I always tell people, make sure with what we do in our business that we actually talk less and listen more. You want to listen for key phrases of what people are, going through in their life, whether it be emotional, financial, health-wise. We want to listen to see how we can then help them with an opportunity. Now, what we do is amazing, right? And we want to be able to share that with everyone, but we also want to make sure that it comes up naturally. Because again, I hear from people saying like, I don't know if I can sell doTERRA. We don't sell doTERRA, we share, but we have to look for the opportunity to be able to share that it does come natural, because it will feel more natural to you and it will feel more natural to that person that you're sharing with. For an example, I always ask the question is, so what do you do? Now that comes up with everything. I mean, when you think about people that you haven't connected with in a long time, or you run into at the grocery store, at the post office, at the school picking up your kids, that's a pretty natural question that comes up all the time. So when you ask that question, what do you do? Let them, share what they do, right? Because naturally they're going to come back and say, what do you do? And that is your chance. It's kind of like your elevator speech, right? You have to be prepared for that. Now, the one thing with this I have to say is if you have another trade by day, at this moment, you don't. You are simply just sharing doTERRA. So when they come back and say, well, what do? You have a couple different options of how to bring it up. You can make little statements like, you know how some people don't enjoy their job? Well, guess what? I love my job. I actually get to empower moms and families all over the world with natural options for healthcare. So the second option with bringing up what we do is also going back to your story a little bit. You can even, remind and say, you know how some people they feel lost with healthcare. They feel lost with having something right at their fingertips. They don't have natural options in front of them, and they're looking for something different. Everyone is begging for an opportunity, whether it be a health opportunity or a financial opportunity. You could be that answer. So when you say that, you know how some people are looking for a health solution? Well, I offer that solution for people. I get to help those moms, those dads, those grandparents, those friends with a solution for their loved ones. I get to show them how these oils that we have in our home can also be the solution for you in your home. And it's an amazing opportunity that we have. But again, you have to listen more than you talk, because at that moment when you say, I am a solution provider, or I have solutions for you and your family, you want them then to be able to ask another question. What does that look like? So you're really opening the door for an open conversation, and then of course, bringing into that next phase of inviting them to that class. If you would love to learn more, I would love for you to come to my class. We have classes every Thursday night, or I have a class next week, whatever that looks like for you and your schedule. But then offering them that next opportunity to learn more. But make sure that you're open with what you do. Be confident in what you do. What we do is amazing. We have the best job in the world. How many of us can really just say we love our job? We have a passion for it. We get to be with our kids. We get to be empowering all these families around us. That brings me so much joy. So if you get confident in that and practice, at first it's not going to be natural because you're still learning to be confident in yourself in this, but become confident. Practice with your husband, practice in front of a mirror, smile, make those connections. You will see that people will be drawn to you because people, like I said, are looking for that solution every single day. So what I want you to do is I really want you to think about what your story is. Think about what you do and make sure that you go out there and you be confident in telling your story. You be confident in telling what you do and love on these people because it will bring you joy. So go out there and make a difference.